starters for New Orleans. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Adams in at the center. And for the Trailblazers, McCollum the 2 and Hood the 3. John Henson out there with Harrell, and it's Lillard in at the point guard position. Now here's Henson. Here's the teardrop, and the layup good by Lillard. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired up.
The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
And here is Williamson, after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. On the wing, Holiday. They grab their own miss, and Adams with the slam.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
Lillard from outside. At this time, his first miss in 3 attempts from the field. Pass the ball. Holiday trying to free himself up. And it's Ball, that time on the assist by Holiday.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Now here's Lillard. And it's good for 2. Lillard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Offense clicking early here. 3 for 4 to start this one.
Ball against Lillard. Shoots from 12. Another one falls for New Orleans.
You see Ball there making the right read off that pick and roll. He really does excel at coming off for the shot. The D's going to have to fight over the top and force him to drive.
Now here's Hood to the left side wing. Henson the pass to Lillard. And it's Lillard again missing. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Ingram kicks to Holiday. Tipped away and out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
And a moment now to see the numbers for McCollum. Last year, getting it done. Averaged 21 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
He keeps playing like this, and in arenas, especially at home, when the star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go. Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Here's Lillard following the score by New Orleans. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Good work defensively by Lillard. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from 3. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
Saric has checked in for Henson. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. And the pass to Favors. And here is Ingram. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, injury is such a reoccurring theme for the Pelicans in the past couple seasons. Funny to hear Alvin Gentry even joke about consulting a witch doctor down there in the Bayou. But new athletic trainer coming in, hired away from the Phoenix Suns. They have a tremendous and have had a tremendous reputation, hoping to improve their health of all these young players.
different look now for Portland. Trent's checked in, and Satoransky's subbed in for McCullough. Back to Harrell. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Trent. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. And the training staff from the Suns had an outstanding track record over the years.
The envy of a lot of teams in the NBA as they were able to extend the careers of players like Steve Nash and Grant Hill, two all-time greats. And they set a trend in some of the biometric tracking that they do and looking for early signs of impending problems. All about preventative medicine, Kevin, to have players be at their best.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. The Pelicans make their last shot. From 11 feet away, again the miss by the Trailblazers. Moore inside, covered by Mills. No good from Moore. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to Memphis. Pass to Satoransky. The offensive rebound. Mills can't hit from in close. New Orleans leading by 5. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. No good from Moore. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Trent gets the bucket.
Look at the space he had on that one, though. There's an obvious speed mismatch between the two.
The Pelicans have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Now, here's Redick. From deep three-point range, and still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Pelicans lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard welcomes. He talked about what that means to him.
A lot of responsibility. When things go bad, people are going to look to you first. They're going to point the finger at you first. And when things go well, they're going to give you the credit. So I think it's just a balance of those two things, being willing to be that guy and being excited about it. I think you got to have fun with it.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at the Pelicans' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
The defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Pelican 5 right now. They've got Favors. J.J. Redick is out there with Etuan Moore. And it's Melly in at the 4. On the clock. And here's Mills for 3. No good on the shot. So the Pelicans will take it the other way.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Here's Alexander Walker. The Blazers getting the bucket. Redick dishes to Favors. Pass to Moore. It's stolen by Sharks. And here we go. Sharks, the fast break chance. And slam dunk by Sharks.
And you have to get Saric out of the paint. Once he's inside, he's ready to take it home.
And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the team. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Shot clock at 2, and that one drops. Well, he's got his first basket of the night.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now a timeout called by Portland. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
So both teams making some changes here.
And looking now at the numbers for Lillard. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season put up about 26 points a game, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
Good, can't get it to go.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
Now, here's Ball. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Kings in Sacramento. Adams, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Adams has got the lead up to 5 now for New Orleans. Outside Hood. Back to Lillard. Trains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 10 points. Brett, offensive versatility all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
And the defense learned a valuable lesson there. Don't let Williamson get to that launching pad around the rim.
Now here's McCollum. He's coming off a 22-point game against Memphis. Here's Hood. No good on that one. Adams, some nice D. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Pelicans. They lead by 4.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Ball against Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, sometimes you got to take a picture and understand what the defense is giving up, and Lillard took advantage there.
1:32 left now here in the second. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul. Trailblazers trail by 4. Now the feed to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 14 points for Damian Lillard.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Hood. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lillard, the pass to Henson. Lillard surveying the D from past the arc, and another 3 for Portland.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Lillard against Ball. He kicks it to Ingram. And Henson sends it back.
Well, he's a great shot blocker. Henson still trying to bring the rest of his game up to that level.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what. Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Now Lillard. The three. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. Pelicans ahead, up 3. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, the offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Well, they've been getting work on the glass. Out-hustled, out-muscled, out-bustled. Where's the fight? I know they got some tough matchups down low. But if they really want to win the game, they need to crash the boards way harder in the second half.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far.
And the Blazers GM called Portland a cocoon market. Not a lot of exposure, but these fans sure love their team.
Maybe you have to look at the front office and credit them for understanding the personalities of the guys that they rely on here in McCollum and Lillard. Not really going out to seek the limelight, wanting to concern themselves with getting better as basketball players, and then wanting to make an impact in the community. It's come together nicely for them in Portland.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Put out there with Harrell, and it's Henson in at the 5, down low. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Here's Williamson, following the score by Damian Lillard. And Holiday has it in the corner. And the dunk by Williamson.
And yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. They've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lillard against Ball. Portland, no good that time either.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
And that one's good, Williamson.
And Williamson doesn't let up, consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
Now a timeout called by Portland. We're at the number of trades now starting to involve stars. It feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. They can't even do that anymore. So You get a guy for a couple years, what he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
So for the Trailblazers, Trent's checked in, and Satoransky's subbed in for C.J. McCollum. The Pelicans making a switch here. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Trent. Portland no good that time either.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
How ridiculous is Ingram? Just toying with the defense's emotions with that ball handle.
So it's Portland now. The Pelicans make their last shot. Mills with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And New Orleans gets called for the foul.
Well, just hard to keep up with Montrezl Harrell and that impressive energy he brings.
First trip to the line for him here. That's good from Harrell.
Well, the new front office in New Orleans, led by David Griffin, opting to keep Alvin Gentry as a head coach, a great decision because the players that they brought in the trade for Anthony Davis are going to love to play at that fast pace. You add Zion Williamson to that mix, this team immediately becomes one of the more interesting and exciting young teams in the NBA.
Now here's Ingram. 10 points for him. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Satoransky, the pass to Henson. Here's Mills. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Mills has got his first bucket of the night. New Orleans leading by 11. And Brent, a lot of times when a new head of basketball operations is hired, a new coach is coming up next.
Well, the continuity there is interesting because of the time that Alvin Gentry spent in Phoenix, and David Griffin was there with the Suns as well. And so that's going to help out this young core, that they know that there's a collective consciousness coming from both the coach and the front office for them to lay the foundation of what this new Pelican team is going to be all about.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Houston Rockets. Then on Tuesday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come into town. Pelicans shooting their first free throws here tonight. That one is off. And not just a long-range gunner, but Ejuan Moore also blessed Greg, one of the NBA's best floaters.
I mean, he takes a lot of those mid-range shots, those floaters in the lane that makes them more often than not. For a player standing 6'4", the ability to finish inside, providing that counterbalance to his three-point shooting.
Now here's Mills. Shoots over Ingram. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Mills.
Well, Patty works hard to find shots. Digs up some gold there.
Redick finds Ingram. New Orleans moving the ball around.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Looking now at some numbers from Montrezl Harrell. Good season for him last year. 5th in field goal percentage, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. Trent can't hit. Pelicans leading by 11. Moore dishes to Reddick. Outside Favors. Here's Ingram. Mills with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Here's Ingram. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And here is Satoransky. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Down low. A steal. 1 second left. That one misses. Brandon Ingram. He's been the guy making things happen for New Orleans. Willing his team to a successful quarter. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spot. Favors is out there with Steven Adams. And it's Reddick in at the small forward spot. Williamson is checked in for the Pelicans. McCollum outside. 5 on the clock. Here's the 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
Finding some space out there on the perimeter was McCollum, and he finds ways to knock it down.
Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
McCollum with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Lillard.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Ball, the bounce pass. McCollum against Howard. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. And the Pelicans lead by 12. Lillard against Ball. Lillard, right side. Here's McCollum. And it falls over the rim and in.
Well, he knows how to get the shot off at any time on that pick and roll. Natural instincts taking over, and the experience helping McCollum as well.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Here's Reddick for Hood. Pass the ball. Now here's Williamson. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Second chance effort, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so Hood will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard, the pass to Henson. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And McCollum with the slam.
Well, this is where that sweet handle of McCollum's comes into play. When he goes on the dribble drive, very few defenders can get in good position to slow him down.
Outside Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one. Trailblazers trail by 10. Here's Lillard, and Adams sends it back.
Well, he can be intimidating. Steven Adams, such a big frame down there, and great timing on that block.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up. It's going to send Drew Holiday to the free throw line. It goes on C.J. McCollum. And the Pelicans making a change here. Ingram's checked in. Now a timeout called by Portland.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
For our Jordan player of the game, Drew Holiday.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that of the players who these fans thought would beat them, his name was not at the top of the list. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. The focus of his speech was hustle. He told his players, those guys are going to come at us. We have to match their intensity, and we have to play with a great deal of energy. We're all in here, fellas. Kevin?
Yeah, defenders right now guessing as to how Drew Holiday is going to come at you. Offense showing up tonight for Drew.
A three from McCollum. Ball with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And this would be a terrible blow. Hopefully it's less serious than it looks.
Well, looking at his face right there, you can tell he's in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of trepidation right now on that team's sideline.
J.J. Redick's checked in for New Orleans. McCollum against Holiday. To the inside. It's stolen by Adams. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And Hood with the basket on the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got his third assist on the night. Lillard against Ball. Softly drops in the floater. Ball's got 8 points in the quarter.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Pelicans.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Drew Holiday.
It felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Lillard with no one around. Off target from three-point range.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Outside Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they...
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.